in Golden Isles? Many people think not. The facts are that there's at least one of them who lives on Paradise Island, away from the people. And because of that, many of those persons don't know him. I won't call his name, but there's at least one of them who wants to be in that great constituency of Golden Isles, a constituency that Brother Vaughn Miller represented, and he had a rough time with the PLP because they never did anything much. That's the truth of the matter. They didn't do anything much to make sure that people understood that they were there and they were there for business. And so the record of the PLP seems to be very bad in this particular episode. And that is why, my friends, what has happened here is that they have been flooding the area. What a key word, flooding the area. That sounds like flooding of the actual water that is in that particular area. Nobody has done anything about it, and the residents are very uneasy about that. They're kind of ticked off about it. That southern belt is always the place where all the water happens. The potholes, as a matter of fact, are there for all to see. Yet they are there telling the people that they want to bring the changes that the people are looking forward to. And many of them have decided to link up with other forces. And this will be a fantastic and very interesting elections. Because we believe, sitting here and looking at it and analyzing things, we know this. One, the PLP's ratings have gone down. Two, they are now flooding the area with so many people who are not a part of the constituency. So the people are not fooled by that. You follow? Because of that, this is the tone I'm setting because you need to know who the people are who really care about what's happening in an area like Golden Isles. Those who live there know what I'm talking about. I don't live there, but I've got my eyes on the ground, and researching this whole matter tells me that they're not so pleased. And that's why the PLP are flooding the area. I mean, everybody you can think of can put on a PLP shirt, and they've got lots of them. And they are able to go into these houses in the 30s, in the 40s, crowding people's houses. I met a woman today who, in fact, said that, listen, man, I don't want to see them in my yard. So there was a woman in her yard who had led the parade, and her name is Glennis Anna Martin. And she is down over in Coral Lakes, that place, and she's trying to make sure that things are going to happen. And so the woman recognized her, and the woman said, well, you can come, but the rest of them, stay over there. Serious thing. That's how this whole thing has been happening. Friends, we don't know who's going to be lucky in this one, but I sure hope that people who are from the area, who have their stake in the game, and know that they must represent the area because the people are now crying change. They're crying change. Some people, of course, are crying the same old thing. That's true. But the truth is, the majority of them are saying this thing about change. And so today, we will present to you a young man who works at Vitelco and has done a tremendous job. And he's been doing that for many, many years. He's the man who can make things happen for you because many people know that he's a fellow who does not leave things undone. And as a result of that, he's been picked and sent to that area in the Golden Isles because even at the time when Brother Vaughn Miller had heard that he was going to be in that area, he knew who this man was because really he knows the man. And so that is what I'm saying to you. We've got to be very, very careful about who we're going to just decide to choose. You're going to either go with party or you're going to go with your intuition. What's best for the area? Do you want better? If you want better, you will vote for better. But if you want the same, well, you will vote for the same. Whatever you do is going to be up to you. And that's what I'm saying today, here from Hard Copy. So we're now 24 minutes into the hour of 5 o'clock, and I want to introduce my special guest today, who happens to be Brian Rolle, and he is the COI's candidate for that constituency of Golden Isles, and we want to welcome him to our show here this afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Rolle. How are you, sir?
Yes, good afternoon, Steve, and good afternoon, Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing today, Steve?
Everything is good, man. Everything is good. I understand that you're looking pretty good as well, because they tell me I got the reports that you've been on the ground. You've been doing a number of things on the ground. I know that they've said on some other show that doesn't have its ears to the ground that well, I guess it said that a PLP guest had said that, and that is Leslie Miller. Let me just be sincere in particular and succinct. That who said that, Leslie Miller, saying things like you've not been on the ground. But I know that you've been on the ground for a long time, and,
Yes, I have.
that won't fool me. And the people know that you've been on the ground for a long time. What they've been talking about is the inundation of people who are on the ground now at PLPs who don't live in the area. They're dressed up in their PLP shirts, and they've come to flood the area to make it look like plenty of things are happening. This is happening, that is happening, and that's the case. And we must not be fooled by that. Are you guys fooled by that?
No, we're not. You know, Golden Isles is a constituency that has been neglected by both the PLP and the FNM. There are a lot of issues, major issues in the community that, the people are very, very upset, and they can't allow themselves to be fooled again. The PLP comes out with the same playbook. Both of them come out with the same playbook over and over.
Understood.
When it's close to election, you see them doing a lot of things. So what happened to the 4 years prior?
Good question.
And what amazes me is, even when you look at it at a broader way or in a broader picture, why do they break ground for certain things when election is right around the corner? And then they're going to say, oh, we don't have enough time.
They
We
gotta
need
look
another term.
Listen, man, what these guys have been doing for countless years, and both of them have been doing it. They've been breaking ground and putting down foundations and all that kind of stuff. That is just the whole idea of making people believe that they're going to do some things. Half of the things that they've been doing and have done over the years have not come to fruition. You see the clinics in the islands, they don't come to fruition. Nothing happens. And then people forget, oh yeah, they break that ground that time. So people are not cognizant and realistic to see exactly what is going on. They have got to see the big picture. Do you guys in that area see the big picture as to what's going on with them, the others, and not really the actual facts of the matter that you need to have things done? Flooding, for instance, parks unkept, the
Yes.
bushes growing wild like anything else. What is happening along those lines, and what are the people saying about this whole situation as far as this governance is concerned by those who are now in charge of the country, the Progressive Liberal Party?
Yes, Steve. There are places in Golden Isles where parks were promised and nothing materialized. The bush is still there. Regarding to the flooding situation, again, both PLP and FNM were in charge of that community, and nothing has happened. When it comes to the main corridor of Carmichael Road, there are very insufficient pumps, um, pumps for the fire trucks,
Okay.
fire hydrants.
Okay.
We need more adequate fire hydrants on the main Carmichael corridor. We need another police station for the Southwestern District. We need a hospital for the Southwestern District. Golden Isles has been plagued with the coal burning, the smoke.
The smoke.
Yes,
in the
that
area.
is still an issue. That is still an issue.
Mhm.
We have a lot of persons, with respiratory issues. I've had constituents who left the area because of that. Persons argued about saying that they can't even hold functions in the evening at their homes.
Yes, because of
And
the smoke.
right because of the smoke. that's a problem. You know,
And this smoke is caused by people who are here, whether they're legal or illegal. They're the ones who are burning the coal to make things happen for them as a business, I suppose, to in fact burn the coal, burn down the trees, burn the coal, and they like nobody's business. And smoke is not even supposed to be in an area
no,
because that is against the law. But no one has done anything about it, have they?
no, no one has no one has done anything about it, and I am experiencing it also now and again. Steve, the people of Golden Isles, they they are relentless. They are people with dignity, and they just want to feel like they just want to feel cared for.
Mm-hmm.
They have been totally neglected, and again, I live in the constituency, and I'm gonna bring relief to my people. I'm gonna call them. They are my people of Golden Isles.
Okay,
Something has to be done.
let me ask you this question. You talked about a number of things that have not been happening in many constituencies, in particular Golden Isles. Are you going to be the ones, the COI people, who are going to bring the kind of relief that you're looking forward to? Things like clinics and hospitals, that kind of thing. The kind of powering that you want to get done in Golden Isles. Are you going to bring those kinds of things to Golden Isles? And are you going to provide the kind of necessary things that the
Yes,
people, in fact, need and have been telling you that they need badly in the area?
yes, we're gonna provide the necessary things and the necessary assistance. We have a lot of small business employment is high in Golden Isles. Also, we have to help. We have to help our people, and I just want the people of Golden Isles to know my background is hands-on troubleshooting. Okay, I don't want to blow my own horn, but I'm very good at that. Problem solving. Speak to me about that. Problem solving, and I have a passion. And no matter how much of an education a person may have, if they don't have that one ingredient of being a people's person, being a person that cares, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. You need to have that in you to be very, you know, to make things happen.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. I've been going through this Golden Isles. Um, the former MP, who happened to be a friend of mine, a friend of so many people, a friend of Lincoln being, a friend of so many people, he did a job of trying to make sure some things in that Golden Isles constituency. See, people want to forget that. You must speak to the record of that because nothing really happened. And I wonder why nothing really happened in his constituency, other than he's been doing some things about cleanups and the rest of it. And I know that because, I also said to me that he would want to go inside and help out and stuff. But I know he didn't get the support because many of those persons who did those kinds of cleanup were never paid. And that was because of all kind of inadequacy in his ministry. Just one serious situation. But I stopped. But other people stopped too. But I'm just saying to you, apart from all that, point is, did he get to do the things that he wanted that particular constituency? And I believe that you should speak to that because people may just just look beyond that and say, well, he didn't do it, but now they have come back to do some more. They want to elect somebody in that area who is of the PLP vintage. And will they do?
Well, to the honorable, to the late honorable Vaughn Miller, uh, being a resident of Golden Isle, I can personally say that he hasn't done anything, in my honest opinion.
Mm.
Before his passing, he was at my residence, and I spoke to him about my road, and he said his words actually was "will be done," and that was about 5 months ago. And again, nothing has been done. And if you look over opposite his constituency office, There is a building there where they hold. Uh, there's someone there that has a little takeaway type like thing, and the garbage that's across the road. I mean, right opposite his constituency. I mean, a lot could be done, a lot could have been done, and a lot should have been done. But Golden Lions, like I say again, was totally neglected.
So how dare the BLP come out in the aftermath of the death of the great Lord speak of government? How dare they come now and talk about the things that they would like to see happen and present a candidate who knows nothing about it, yeah, and wants to be in that area, does not have the um, ideas of what the area is all about, and is basically a beginner. He's learner. He's a learner right now. And here it is. You have been there all the time, all of your life, and you want to see something happen. I think maybe people ought to look at this thing from a point of view. You got to send somebody there who understands the area and who they want to trust and see do things. What do you think?
And again, with Mr. Pickstock, I haven't heard Mr. Pickstock. If he so much care about the people, right? Let's not even talk about Golden Isles, the Golden Isles residents right now. Let's talk about our country. Have you heard Mr. Pickstock agitating for our people? Have you heard him on any issues? So
He's like a fellow who just popped out of nowhere and said,
Right,
"Okay,
right, so-
I'm a senator. I want to run. This is what we do. And this is what the PLP did." Exactly. They were going to just throw it in and see if he can swim.
so what?
He can't jump in the water. He can't swim.
So what is going to change? Even Brian Brown right now, Brian Brown, people said that he does little stuff around the community and stuff like that, right? But where was his voice regarding the flooding? Where was his voice regarding the smoke, regarding the coal burning? Where was his voice regarding the cutting down of our pine trees? Where was his voice regarding having adequate fire hydrants along Carmichael Road? Where is his voice regarding having a nice clinic in our community? Where is his voice for having a fire station in our community? Where is his voice regarding ambulances on our family islands? Where is his voice regarding fire trucks on our family islands? They're totally quiet. So show me you care. These are the things you have to do to show me that you care about the people. And I've seen, the Mr. Pick. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know he was a senator. I didn't even know the man at all. That's the first time. That's the first time I heard the name Darren Pickstock before. So what is he going to bring to the table when, in actuality, I haven't heard him fighting holistically for Bahamians?
Yeah, one of the things that the PLP are good at, they're good at the surrounding. And you could look at the Smith, who went to those people here, and nobody knew he wants to keep up with that. Brett Mitchell, back, back, she, a colleague of yours. And what happened was that he back off Smith. But no one knew who he was either. And the result of that PLP, which crowd other people who, in fact, showcases Boston and say, "This is the map. You must go for this map." The same players were there as the Miller. All of those fellows were there to make sure that they could surround Casey Smith. Victory. They able to bamboozle many of the people. Today, at this particular hour, will tell you that's the biggest mistake they made. Just a couple of years later. I'm saying to you, you cannot be looking at the fact that PLP, the constituents should not be looking at the fact that PLP bring all the troops in from the family and all this and stuff like that. The crowd, the whole this PLP country, that's nonsense. You all know that it's not swung by that.
Exactly. Exactly.
What do you say?
But again, Steve, who is the party that is fighting for the Bahamian people?
Yes.
Who is the party that's fighting for the COI? Is the only party that wants to empower the Bahamian people. The COI is the only party that is fighting for the Bahamian people. And it's about time that somebody fights for the Bahamian people, because obviously you're not going to get it, and you're not getting it from the PLP. The FNM is too quiet. You're not going to get it from them. Mr. Pintard has a lot of power. He has the power of the THC on his side, but he doesn't utilize it. So I will say too, the man is weak. If he really wants change, he can bring change if he wants to.
Mhm.
Let's be honest about it.
Effectively through the PAC.
Yes, let's be honest. You know, right now, the people, the COI is on the ground, and those things that I spoke about, agitating for a hospital or a nice state of the art in the southwestern district, and a nice police station and a fire station. These are the things, when the COI becomes the next government, these are the things that is going to happen. We're going to put people first, and the COI is a party of inclusion. Of inclusion. We want the people, they can come with their ideas, they will be included. You know, Steve, as a matter of fact, in the Golden Isles constituency, I have created a Golden Isles constituency WhatsApp group. Okay. And I did that for information purposes. Golden Isles constituency. And what I did too is I asked persons to put their skills in the group. Okay. If you are a plumber,
skills bank in that kind of
yes,
stuff.
right. If you are a plumber, electrician, you know, and so we could utilize each other, so we could really become a close knitted community, so we could patronize each other's businesses. And the persons loved it. My constituents loved the idea, and everybody started chiming in, and they took pictures of their business cards and placed it in the group, and it's working very well. I've already had a young guy who came and he cleaned one of my doctor's units right from, and I took pictures and I took a video of him doing the work, and I put it in the group, and I said, you know, hey guys, here's a young man. This is what he does.
Sharing. Absolutely.
Yes. And
this is the kind of thing that
that's what we need.
A representative need to have.
And then what I did too was my yard needing some cleaning, and I asked in the group, you know, any landscapers in the group, and a few chimed in, and I got one of them, and they did a very, very good job. You know, that is the kind of thing that we need in our community.
And that is self-help. I like that because it's called self-help.
Yes.
And I'm wondering now, when you look at what's going on with the COI, that particular party, it has been fighting for people. It has been all over the place, fighting for people on the Family Islands, fighting for people here in Nassau, fighting for people who don't have homes, fighting for people who they've got to replace them in homes that they had to pay for themselves. They're doing the work, actually, of a government that isn't a waiting government. That's what it is. Because I never seen anybody who can just go and do these things that they've done. And it's now catching on. It's making headlines in local news. I can remember that story that happened the other day with a lady who was on the beach and was living at the place down there on Sanders Beach. Yeah, she was that made the headlines. And I'm saying the media is also catching on to what is happening with the COI. And that's one of the reasons. Now, the media may be a tough cookie to break because, many of them are absorbed into this whole matter of PLP, FNM, and they've got to play their cards right. They're not an independent station like I am, and I can talk with anybody here on the show and hear what they've got to say. Now, I know that you have a lot of things that you want to say, and I'm going to let you say them because I believe that it's now time for you to break yourself out and say, this is what we have to present. And not only that you are playing at a different level. The philosophy of the COI seems to be one of not only inclusion, but one of participation, one of making sure that every man is pulled along, and to stand up strong, and that is a good thing. We need that kind of characteristic in
Yes.
our Bahamian politics. Because if we don't have that kind of characteristic, we're going to always be weak as a people, vulnerable as a people, and we're not going to be able to take a lot of things on. For instance, we've got this Asian problem right now. I know it's a sore topic for some people, but the truth of the matter is that Lincoln Bain, who was here, he says he wants to have people in this country, and he's open to everyone in the country. He has no difficulty with that. But he's saying he wants to have people who are going to be here legally, who are going to obey the rules legally, and they're going to participate in this function legally. That's what he's all about. He's not about the people who are here to say, well, they want to be here, but they're not here legally. You have to get yourself right, fix yourself up, do it right, and you're all welcome to be a part of this Bahamas. Do you hold that same view, sir? Because I know in your constituency you have many persons who are not Bahamian, but are people who wanting to understand what you're saying? Have you been able to talk with them to see that this is what it is that you're all about?
Yes, I totally agree with Mr. Bean. You know, they are here, they're legal, and we need the help. We need their help. Let's work together. Um, One of my ideas for Golden Isles too is to provide like a food forest in different pockets of the
Hmm.
whole community. And if we have persons here who are very skilled at that, they can assist. They can contribute to the community, and we can make things happen. I mean, we can make things happen. We have to live. We have to live together.
Hmm.
We have to live together. Everybody have to follow the rules. It shouldn't. The rules shouldn't be only for one set, but not for the other. And once we work together as a cohesive unit, we can make things happen. This country is an awesome place to live. We know that the cost of living is high, and if there are ways that we can try to curb that by doing our own things in our community
Yeah, like
and just share,
yeah. Hmm.
and help feed some people, I mean, that could benefit everybody on a great level.
Well, you see, more people need to be thinking like you as a member of parliament or thinking like you as a potential member of parliament because there are so many vacant land in this area that people can actually go and ask the owners if they can, put a little farm thing down there and that can help people. Because if you do that kind of stuff, you can, in fact, help a lot of people along the way because the food's tough to buy these days.
Yes,
And
yes,
organic food is very, very tough to buy.
yes.
You can't afford organic food in this country. So you've got to see how best you can get those things done. But apart from all that, let's look at the guts of the actual campaigning now. What have you found on the ground that's been happening that you need to bring us up to date on? Because I'm sure that there's all kind of mud throwing and things like that. And I like the fact that you seem to be right above that. You don't get involved in that
No,
kind of
no,
thing.
no.
That's a good thing. But I'm just saying there are people who are just so overwhelming, trying to get their man elected that anything can happen. Have you seen any kind of um, situations like that happening with the PLP, the FNM on the ground who are now campaigning? What's happening from that point?
Well, Steve, I have met a few persons from both the FNM and the PLP, and in most cases, I be wearing my Coalition of Independent shirt.
Okay.
And would you believe when they pass or I come in contact, I hail them and I greet them. I greet them with love. I don't feel the need to be. Everybody has their choice.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't feel the need to be angry or be disrespectful. It doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, the best man wins, and all I can say is I have my heart into this, and I am passionate about this. I am passionate about people. The responses from my residents in Golden Isles, trust me, Steve, the responses are overwhelming. The people are ready for change, and the people are tired of the same old. The people are tired of the PLP and the FNM. I kid you not. People want change. The time is here and the time is now.
Now, I know that the PLP is bringing all kind of monies on the ground. In fact, I've heard stories today. People text me all day telling me they come offering them money. They come with their $300 and $400. They ask them people, how many people do you have in your house? Okay, this for them, this for your uncle, this for this one. And that's what they're doing. So in many ways, they're kind of buying the vote. And in many ways, Bahamians don't really care about it. You know why? Because Bahamians are so used that people have been buying votes that that is not a crime anymore, as far as Bahamians are concerned. So I'm saying, what happens in the case where you and the COI really want change, and change means that you've got to be committed to that change. You can't take no money, or if you take some money, you just take the money, but you ain't voting for them. The point what I'm making is that they bring in plenty of money. That could can that be a factor in this whole game of this by-election this time around on November the 24th?
Well, the thing is, Steve, I would just like to let my human people know when you take that money and you vote for that particular party, just keep in mind that that particular individual who is running for that area, he is not obligated to you anymore because you would have taken it, and he is not accountable to you anymore because literally you have sold your soul. So, and it's only a one time thing. So please, you have to be smart. And if you look back at history, 52 years later, coming out with the same old playbook, it's not working. If you notice, again, like I said earlier, only when it's close to the election, you see things happening. So please, people, let's not be fooled. Okay? I would prefer you to take the money and still vote them out.
That's right.
Take the money and vote them out.
I see.
You have to look. You have to look forward to tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next 2 years from now. That's how you have to see things. You cannot just look at the now. Don't mind the grilled chicken and a couple of beers. I mean, my thing is, yeah, go ahead and eat it.
The T-shirts,
Drink your belly full. Drink your belly full. Take the T-shirt. Take the money. Take it. But at the end of the day, vote for real change. Again, if you want to be honest with yourselves, change is not going to happen with those two parties. It will not happen. If you want different, you have to do something different.
Hmm. We're talking today with Brian Rolle. He's the COI's candidate, Golden Isles, the Golden Isles constituency. And on this day, the 28th day of October, he is making his feelings known to you, the Bahamian people, because many people in this country, and in particular the Golden Isles constituency, are being inundated with some people who are dressed up in all these pretty colors and whatnot, and they're just bum rushing people and bum rushing this one and bum rushing that one. And you could be intimidated by some things, but the fact is, they need your vote. And you need to vote for who you want to vote for at the same time. But at the same time, you've got to be cognizant of the value that change is a very important thing. If you're looking at that kind of thing, you got to look at the fact that your children and your children's children, you've got to think about them. You just don't take a couple of dollars because that's what's happening. No, you can't do that. You've got to look down the road, generations down the road, and you got to make sure that you've got people inside there who are going to do some things to bring about the change that you would like to see. Hard copy, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Steve. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
Excellent. Good
I,
afternoon, my brother.
I
How are
can't
you?
hear you, man. Talk up.
Steve, can you hear me now?
Yes. He's saying
Very
good
good.
afternoon to
Very good.
you.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you, my COI brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
God is the greatest. I was just looking at a post just a while ago, 6 minutes ago. They said this big stock fella has tendered his resignation in the Senate.
You got yes. See, he has to do that. See, he didn't do any of that before. You see, they just
Mm-hmm.
picked him,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to
I
now
just
do that.
looking at
Yeah.
it just now. Just
Hmm.
looking at it just now. Brother, listen, yeah, this is going to be a different. Steve, just a question.
Yes.
When my COI brother went to the seat in Golden Isles,
Brian
right?
Rule, yes.
Mr. Roll, Mr. Roll,
Yes,
when you
sir.
went that see the Golden Isles, right?
Yes.
And the Prime Minister has, and the Prime Minister calls a general election. That means you'll have to go up and run again, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, all of them.
That doesn't make any sense.
All of
That
them.
doesn't make any sense
This
at
is the
all.
reason why, my brother, I told Brave Davis, not personally, I told him on the radio, that it doesn't make any sense for him to do a by election and then a general election. You know why? Because it's going to be expensive, very expensive. The people themselves cannot afford to go through that. But he knows better than I do, and he decided that he was going to do a by election, which came as a surprise to me because I thought that he would not have taken that whole call. But you see, when he calls that by election and he calls that general election, which is going to be 6 months later, it does not make any sense. You see what I'm saying? It does not make any sense. But he must be know what he's doing. You see, people have their own reasons why they think that Mr. Brave Davis, the Honorable Brave Davis, has called a by-election at this time. Let me just give you some numbers. First and foremost, Vaughn Miller Vaughn Miller was buried on the day that they had the court case for the young man over in New York. That's a significant thing. People have not expressed their feelings on that. That's a significant thing. And then, of course, because of that, he now calls another election on the 24th, which was also the same date. The 24th is when Vaughn Miller buried. The 24th is when the elections are happening for the by election, and that is another 1 month down the road. Keep in mind that while that is happening, the Americans are dealing with the case with this cocaine conspiracy, all right? And that case continues up until that same time. So they're going to be having things to sentence other people along the lines of the same 1 month period in that month of November. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm saying that, and I'm talking this thing because some people just don't get it. Many people are believing that Mr. Davis and company want to maintain their diplomatic passports to do a number of things because it doesn't look good as far as many people are concerned. And as a result of that, they are playing it out the way that they want to play it out. And I believe it's a smart thing what they're playing out. But in a matter of time, a number of them are going to fall off the line, if you know what I mean. That is what's going to happen. So people don't understand how these things are worked out. They look at these things to be distractions. Some things are distractions, but some things are very, very pointed. And these things are calculated. And that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you about the things that are calculated right now. Note, Mr. Vaughn buried on the 24th of October, the 24th of what? Of November. There's an election, by election, and that keeps things going in the direction of where some people here on the ground would like to see it go. There's more to come, and I don't talk all things, but I know some things, but at the same time, you can't talk all right now, okay?
Now you take some names that we called Steve.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get into that now because what I'm doing here today, I'm talking about what's happening in Golden Isles. But
I understand. And my brother, I'll tell you one thing. You have nothing to worry about. This ain't gonna be no money election. You understand me? You don't have to worry about them dropping any money on the ground to pay people. People are just fed up of these both parties and their stunts. And the thing what they're doing, right? Because I'm watching them going in this Golden Isles area. You haven't seen these people in 4 years.
Yes.
That's just how much respect.
Exactly.
That's just how much disrespect they have for Bahamians. They think well, you could just come and push something down our mouth and then we vote for you all. But they're silly, you know. That's why they're trying to get the illegals to vote in this election. Because they know Bahamians are not to be trusted. They can do it, they take a chance, but they really depending on these people with our passports to pull them through, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Stay where is Mr. Gardner coming back on your show.
tomorrow,
Thank you very much. My brother, you just stay strong, hold firm, and the best is yet to come. When the smoke is clear, all of us is going to come out victorious in the COI.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you.
Hi, my friend.
All
All
right.
best. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to run to a break. It's now 5:59 in the country. I'm going to run to a break, pay a bill or two, come back and talk some more with Mr. Brian Rolle, who is the member and the constituents representative who's going to go into the COI as a COI candidate in the great constituency of Golden Isles constituency. And yes, he has a big, big, big potential to win. What if you win? And there's now two in the cabinet. Can you believe that? How real is that for you? Is it a real thing right now?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, the other day, Hiram Lewis, he saw me at. We were at Lawrence Miller's funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and when Hiram Lewis saw me, he said, "Mr. Roll," he said, "Are you ready for us to battle?" I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, I am. I'm ready for he and I to battle
Which battle?
in the House of Assembly."
You talking about your man, or you talking about the other rule fella?
No, for us to battle in the House of Assembly.
But the battle. You mean you two going to be battling
Yes,
for the COI? That's what you're
yes,
talking. I got you.
yes.
I got you. Well, anyway, I'm going to run and take a break. We'll be back in a minute. This is Hard Copy on a Tuesday afternoon, and we're talking with Mr. Brian Rowe. He could be the next member of Parliament for 6 months at least in the great constituency of Golden Isles. Back in a minute, right here on Hard Copy.
This election is going to test the willingness of our people. If they really want change, it's going to test them.
And it will.
country where more than 70% of those who are a part of our educational enterprise are the children of illegal immigrants. We have a problem that needs to be addressed. Brethren and sisters, there is a humane way, yes. There is a need for labor force, yes. But we are in an age where in a particular school in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, children of illegal immigrants lift up a particular flag and dare Bahamian students to pass that way because they declare that is their territory. This is what we are up against. And unless somebody is brave enough to say that
Amen.
has to be done,
Amen. Right, Seton.
what happens? For after all, we fought for the Bahamas, for Bahamians, and after 57 years, there ought to be a Bahamian people who are prepared to take charge and to decree and declare that while we celebrate what others have done and while we sympathize with the plight of others, we do not do so at our own peril, for we cannot cut off our nose to spite our face.
Well, Mr. Lincoln Bean, I had to agree with you. I had to wait to agree with you until this shit happened. Well, I started working in the construction sector, and as you could see, I off today. I don't have nothing to do anymore because the Haitians get all the work now. The Haitians get all the construction jobs. So if you was a carpenter and you was work for 200 a day or even 150, you can't make that no more because the Haitians working for 100. So I understand what you're saying, Lincoln. I used to paint now, and I actually used to helper work, but I can't get a helper spot right now because too much Haitians on the job. There's nowhere for me to work. But they say that the young Bahamian men lazy, they don't want to work, but this is why I ain't to work. And I used to skill painter, and it's hard for me to go on the site and find a skilled painter job because anywhere I go, they like $80 a day. Like, I'm a skilled painter, I have all my tools. Why you trying to give me? I just give him $80 a day. Hey boss, just make it. Yeah, I make it $80 a day. Oh, that's why, because Haitians taking over. That's it.
Rock passé! Rock passé! Let me just say that I have always been a part of this community. And there's no accident I know how to do all the dancing. Because I always be and share with you. Because you are me and I am you. And I'll be here with you always. And those who knew me from the past and know me now, they always knew that I was there and always been there for you. I don't call you all, no, you all are not Haitians, Bahamians. You are Bahamian, and your origin is Haitian. Mine too, and many of us. We have to stay apart for now so we can be together later. You know now.
Are you all ready?
In his field, and he takes care of all issues.
I listen to hard government, but like to hear the various viewpoints, and then it helps.
Hard copy is my show. Steve McKinney is my man.
When Steve talks, everybody listen. The windows move quick. Every day he got this down hard coffee, hard coffee, hard coffee. I call it Steve McKinney, Steve means business. You know that for sure. On Mondays to Fridays, Steve will give you the score on hard coffee, hard coffee, hard coffee. I call it Steve McKinney. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
9 minutes past 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is Hard Copy on October the 28th. We are talking today with Brian Rowe, who is a COI candidate in the Golden Isles constituency. And yes, we're live today, and so you can actually call me if you so desire to call me. I'm listening to what you have to say, and I'll talk to you today. And you can also call Mr. Brian Rowe because he's here to answer your questions if you have concerns and all that, because he lives in the constituency. He knows what he's talking about. And some people say it's strange that all these other people are coming down in Golden Isles, an area they never really checked for. And this is the time to remind them that you never really checked for this area. So why now? What's the big deal? It's a by-election. Yes, you know it's a by-election, and you have your own minds made up. If they bring money, take the money. That's what everybody does. If they bring promises, I don't know, promises are comfort to a fool. And the truth is that you've got to just do what you've got to do. So my telephone number is today, 376-9234. That's 376-9234 or 821-9234. 821-9234. Call me. Let's talk about these things because the constituency of Golden Isles really needs the kind of help. Like most of the islands, they need help. They need fire engines and they need fire hydrants and everything else. They need the real help. And they are here part of the province. And of course, they're in Nassau. And they don't have these things. They need the flooding to stop. Those are people here who just know that this is a real mess. That's what they say every time it rains. It's a real mess. Somebody's got to do something about it. You've got people there who want to do something about it. One of those persons happened to be Brian Rowe, and he wants to really see how best he can help and assist because he's been living there all of his life. He knows what is happening in the area. He wants to do as best he could. He started all kinds of things in that area already. And yes, he has a skills bank with employment and people like that happening in his area right now. You know, we need to have people in those areas who are from those areas. I believe that that is the way that we should be doing things in this country. But for some reason, we always bring others from out the area into the area and we expect to see results. How can we see results when people don't live there? They don't feel what you're feeling. You've got to understand if they don't feel what you're feeling, then what's the use? If you're driving through an area that's so loaded with water all the time, and you have a member of parliament who is totally unaware of what's happening, you've got to understand something, my friend. Does he really care? That's the key big question. So we're going to take your call today, and we're going to make sure that whatever you do, I'm sorry I didn't get that call. Whatever you do, please call us. Be a part of what we're dealing with today. 376-9234, 821-9234. What say you?
Yes, you know,
Mr.
Steve,
Rowe?
I have met some persons in my constituency who, I mean, you know, if you hear the stories, especially when it comes to the flooding, I met a mother, you know, who she had to get rid of her furnitures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the water came, you know, right in her house, and it was so sad, you know, to hear that story, like many others. And you know, when the two parties haven't even given it an attempt, haven't even tried, you know, at least give it some effort to try something. You know, when I was walking in that area, the Coral Lakes area, I mean, there's not one drainage, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Not one.
It's a serious thing.
Yeah, and the mosquitoes.
Who built
Hey,
these roads?
and the mosquitoes are. If you don't get inside when sun go down, they'll eat your lunch.
I've got calls on the telephone line. Let me take these calls and make sure that we can get these calls. First and foremost, let me take this call here. Hard copy, how are you?
Hey, Steve, Rudy Lavardi here.
Hey, Rudy. Rudy, how are you? How are you?
I am good.
The world's greatest sprinter. The world's greatest sprinter. How are you?
I am gooder than good.
That's good. What's happening?
I right here. I'm listening to what tell the candidate. I haven't seen him in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Which area is that?
I'm not going in the same direction we've been going all these years with promises, and then the members of parliament disappearing. I want to see him in this area too, so I can get to know him better.
Okay.
And also, I have a list of things that I have been handing out to the candidates over the last 4 elections, and I've not seen any results from it yet, nor have they even
Understood.
answered.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen. What area are you living in now, Rudy?
I'm in Coral Lakes. I'm on Pine Tree Drive.
Pine Tree Drive.
Okay,
Coral
okay.
Lakes,
Yeah,
Pine
we
Tree
are
Drive.
in that area at the as we speak. We'll be back there in that area again tomorrow.
Make sure you see Rudy Lavardi. Rudy Lavardi is the world's greatest printer.
Okay.
You know who he is, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So make sure that you see him and everyone in that area because that's a very important thing. So Rudy, how you been otherwise?
Other than that, I've been good, Steve. It's been slow
I
to
know.
the business because the airport is very slow. Not much
I know.
customers are coming in, and because of the U.S. shutdown, you have
Yes.
even fewer people coming in. You
Oh,
know,
boy.
like so everyone is suffering. Basically, who are in that business.
Yeah, I understand. I hope it gets better, man. I really hope it gets better
Yeah, we keep
because
it up fingers crossed,
Yeah.
and I've been faith with it.
yeah. But listen, I'm going to make sure that this young man comes to your door and see you personally. Has to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know that you've got that long list because, and I hope that when he gets that list from you, and I know your list is long, because there are many things that you see that.
Only 7 items. Because I'm speaking for me, I don't know what
Yes,
the
I understand.
association has in mind.
Right.
But
Mhm.
I can see from what I asked, being a part of the association,
Right.
but seeing firsthand for myself,
Mhm.
there's nothing for me in it.
Right.
Because if it happens in the constituency, I benefit from it.
Everything is good.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I thank you very much. You want to say something, Brian, because this is a very important phone call.
Yes, Mr. Lavardi. Can you take my number, please?
Well, I don't need your number. I
Okay.
want to see it
Okay, okay, okay.
and then we can exchange notes.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Lavardi. Yes, I will see you sometime, definitely before this week out.
Okay.
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 Thank you, Rudy. All the best to you now. Okay, Rudy Lavardi. I sprinted. That's who that is.
Yeah, you know, Steve, if I must say, the people of Golden Isles, they are a bunch of loving, caring. The people, they pray for me. They pray for me every day. I had a call. I was told to call a 96-year-old woman
Mhm.
yesterday. You know, she met one of, well, actually she got in touch with the candidate for Golden Gates, and she told, you know, Miss Adley that she wanted to speak to me, and she gave me the number, and I called her. You know, a 96-year-old woman, and when I called that lady, you know, she said she was waiting for me to speak to her. She said she wanted to know me, and we were on the phone, and she prayed for me while we were on the phone. You know, I almost came to tears. You know, I almost came to tears. It was very fulfilling, you know, to hear somebody, a woman of that age, and how she was so interested in speaking with me.
Hard copy. How are you?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you all?
Very good, thanks.
Hi, good evening.
Mr. Brian Rolle.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know you told me, honey, you are warriors to the DNA.
Yes.
And I'm so proud to see you evolve into where you are. This is a man of integrity. I don't see that lightly. This is a man who God chose to be in Golden Isles.
Wow.
And I like to people to ask themselves, remember Shania's song, that don't impress me much?
Right.
But to ask yourself, behaviors in general, if people throw in a couple dollars at you, that impresses you now, paving roads and have their job, that impresses you much now. When these people come to your door, or if they get that far, please ask them what are their plans for sustainable agriculture and beyond. I mean,
Very good.
agriculture and
Good.
ask them what are their plans of giving you some land, or
It's the tangibles.
Yes.
These are the tangibles.
Yes.
ask them that.
Yes. They don't want to give you nothing.
You know, these clown shows need to stop. If I want entertainment, I can put on my headphones right now and dance in my living room. I don't need you to provide entertainment. I need you.
She sounds like a serious woman. Anyway, I've got, thank you for your call. I've got other calls on the line. Listen, you can also call me on 376, I'm sorry, 821-9234. That's working. Just please call me on that, 821-9234, or this other number, 376-9234. Let me just take this call. Good afternoon, hard copy. Hard copy, are you there? All right, I'm in business now. Hard copy, how are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. McKinney. How are you?
Peace and love, all is well, sir.
Good afternoon, dear guests, as well.
Yes, good afternoon.
Listen, Mr. McKinney, I'm not in your, Mr. Road, I'm not in your area, but I just want to let the beginning people know they don't fall for the trickery and the disguise that the past administration put on. I was talking to a few of my co-workers today, and it was just saddening to hear that some of them were saying, you know, that they're going to vote for the party if they see the road paved. And I'm like, road paved? Like, that is something that...
That's how desperate we've become, you know. That's how desperate we've become, because you see, the roads are so full of holes. You know, in my truck, I've got to be ducking holes all day. So when you hear people say something like that, that's what they mean. That's all it is.
They make it whereas having a road paved is like a privilege for behaviors now, instead of something that they are actually supposed to do.
My Lord.
And listen, Mr. McKinney, I'm like, man, like, you can't expect change and don't want to move with the change that is right in front of you. One of the persons who I really admire right now is Abraham Traore.
Yes.
Doing in Burkina Faso.
Yes.
And all they have to do is give Mr. Rolle, Mr. Dean, COI a chance. And I am sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that this country will be in a much better position and in a much better place globally than it is now. That's all I want to say.
Yes, thank you. Yes, again, the main ingredient is once you have a love and care for your people and your country, and you want to make things happen, it can happen.
All right. Hard copy, how are you? Hard copy, how are you? Hard copy, how are you? Let me just write some down there for a second. Think of this one. Hard copy, how are you doing today?
Mr. McKinney,
Sir.
good evening to you. That's Brian, right?
Yes, it is. Good evening.
That's what I encourage him with something. Brian, I want to encourage you, regardless of what happens in this by-election, whatever your stuff is, whether in your favor or not, the key is if you stick in that community, you live there, but stick in that community. Whether you win or lose, stick in that community. And I think that's what makes a difference. I just want to bring two things to your recollection. I know you can
Yes, please hold me up.
yeah, and the member of Parliament. Now, but he's sticking that community so much that when he went independent, he was able to be the money machine of the PLP.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, now, then we have numbers where I think Mr. Bastian went out there.
That's right.
And did a number there.
That's
So,
right.
Mr. McKinney,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I want to say something to you.
I'm
I
listening.
might be wrong, Mr. McKinney. I don't know, maybe I had a dream last week. And I think it's going to be, this might be a shocker. But, and I hear my co-workers were saying no. But I had a dream that Grandson Martin in the next coming election will lose a seat to that young lady from the Free National Movement.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I sense that coming up. And my co-workers say they don't lose that seat. The government will lose that seat.
Yeah, they never lose that.
Any seat could lose. But I tell them history is always going to make that thing about history.
No question
History
about
is
it.
Brian, stick it out. Don't really and speak from your heart, Brian. That's what people want.
Thank you.
That is very diverse.
Yes.
Because I know you know that you live.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a diverse community there, and most of those people, I just live there. Most of those people back there, they are people of great standing.
Yes.
And you speak from the heart. You don't have to worry with the government office or bringing in whatever they bring in. Speak talk of money. People know you really. Once you speak from the heart, trust me, that people will support you.
Appreciate
Yes.
your call.
Thank you. Thank you.
Peace Radio Station.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Right. Hard copy, how are you?
Yes, good evening, Mr. McKinney. How you doing?
All is well, sir.
And I just want to call and tell Brian, listen, you got to start for it. Because when you start up and start moving around, people just don't like to see how you move, you know. You must have some kind of integrity. And you're going to mean what you say. You say what you mean. I met Brian when I had the couple start up aside on my road. Before he even talked politics.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he's a boss all the time. And he's just let's talk about country. Strictly country, what he liked. You know. So when I saw him jump on Coalition of Independence ticket, I said, wow, this man is talking to me about country. So now here it is. The Coalition of Independence gave him the opportunity to talk for country. This is his time. All he got to do is just talk and be country. Because right now, people are into their country right now.
Very true.
Yes.
That's all I want to say.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right. That's right. Serious thing. It's a serious thing. 376-9234, 821-9234. Let's hear it for the young man who's on the air right now, and he's facing the issue. You know, a lot of these politicians don't want to face the issue, but when you see people come to hard copy, they want to face the issue, and that is a very, very commendable thing, because Michael Pintard ain't been there yet. Brave Davis has not been there yet. A lot of them can't come in. Not that they're not invited. They're invited. It's just that they don't want to face the nation. But anyway, hard copy, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Steve?
Peace and love.
Yeah, man. I like to talk to Brother Rolle. That's his name. I hope I'm
Yes.
messing it up.
Yeah.
Hi. Good day. How you doing?
Everything blessed, man. I send you love from Freeport. You see this, eh?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You know when they say when people tell lies, again, even them start to believe it.
That's true.
Like when you tell a lie enough, people start, even themselves start to believe it. And I just try to tell you, you know what I mean? Not only stay focused, you could also challenge them on the record. Ask them what everybody celebrates on that side, the left and the right. Let's just say the PLP and the left. What everybody jumping up and celebrate.
Exactly.
Think about it. Because a couple of weeks ago, not so hard in a situation with a flood, right?
Yes.
And you see the leader of the country with his foot down in the water, walking around the people's house. You don't think that's an insult? Now, if you look back, I'm from Freeport, and we had some major hurricanes.
Major hurricanes.
You don't think that should have triggered people to start to do something with, infrastructure, things like that. Even back then, if you wasn't doing it.
Very true.
You ever hear anything about we in a crisis mode, like where you planning for crisis?
Be proactive.
And you can label everything just like how Coke is a brand. That was a movie, remember, with Denzel Washington saying his product is a brand. The COI is a brand, and let me tell you where you're coming from. You don't speak of what if, what if. See, because your slate clear, my son. Take different. Your slate is clear. Don't let nobody ever put you amongst the PLP and the FNM because your slate is clear. So make whatever you stand for dead clear. So when you speak dead precise. Because guess what? If they label you and tell you, look at everybody who sit behind prime ministers, they was waiting their turn, right? Look at the young people who they say, oh, we lending a voice to. In the house, everything is right there. Only certain people get up to talk. Look at Mitchell. How long he was representing this country as a foreign affair. How long he was representing the country as foreign affairs. And the only thing he got is to stand between his phone and Twitter fingers and send out these type of voice messages. That's mature. That's something like your sons and your daughters will do. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
Think about it. Does that sound like you running the country?
Nope.
Or you doing even the people who are being put forward? Like how you say, certain people you know, certain people you don't know. You have people walking through your territory, my friend. And let me tell you one thing with territory. You understand what I'm trying to say? People defend that it's against them. You have a stranger coming through your territory. Gregory, I just say, you're just a stranger in my what? In my town. So if you walking around in my town and then you asking the people what's going on, you don't supposed to be there.
Appreciate the call.
Arguing.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very kindly. Appreciate the call. Okay. Yeah, we're flooded with calls today on this show because they want to talk with Brian, and you got to say more. They want to hear from you. Good afternoon, caller. How are you?
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. McKinney. Good afternoon, Mr. Rolle.
Hi. Good afternoon.
I really would like to encourage you, sir. And I just checked with one of your constituency in Golden House. I just want you to know.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
I just want you to know. Don't worry about what the people saying. Don't worry about what the politicians, staff, and them at the PFP they're saying. If you are God bearing mind, it doesn't matter what amount of money they bring. It doesn't matter what they say. You will be the next Golden RSFP.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Take care, Mr. Ward. Have a good day, Mr. McKinney.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. You too.
Hot coffee. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. McKinney. How are you?
I'm in good shape, man. How you doing today?
Brother Rolle. That's steady right here, man.
Hi. Good evening. How you doing?
Right here, yeah. I wanted to hear my song. There ain't no stopping us now. Gotta give the people what they want.
You gotta
Yes.
give the people what they want. That's a good song. I like that song.
Right. I'll be going back to this side of Sala. This side of South Court, get this side.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Brother, you take care. Keep the faith.
Okay.
Yes.
You grounded. That's your faith.
Thank you.
That's yours. That's yours.
Thank you. Thank you.
I claim that.
Yes, I claim it. I claim it.
You're right away.
Thank you.
Okay, so take care.
All
Okay,
right.
you too.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me just take this call here. Good afternoon, caller. How are you?
Hey, Steve, I want to get on and get a chance.
Yeah, you're on. You're on with me, Steve. This is
Hey,
Steve.
good afternoon, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Good show. Good show. I don't really call all the time, but I had to call today because you get a powerful young man in your show.
Okay.
On the show, Mr. Brian Rolle.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I want to also congratulate you as the next member of Parliament. You know, I walked on the ground, I felt it, I know what's going on. The person was pulling for the Southwest District of Providence to come to COI.
Yes.
Right? I know the fact that you will be the next member of Parliament because the momentum that the PLD and their members is trying to use this by-election bill. It's a momentum with the COI already that helped, right? So they are hoping and praying to win this election that they can have something to continue to fuel their campaign. But that devil is a liar.
No
So
question.
continue to stay focused. Change ain't coming.
Change is here. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate the call, sir. And of course, people are making sure that they know that, and they want people to know that they've already selected their man. They know who they want to see here in the House of Assembly, and this one is going to be a racket. You never know what will happen, but boy, they have been saying all kinds of things today with Mr. Brian Rolle. And of course, yeah, hot copy. How are you today?
I'm blessed, my brother. How's everyone?
Everyone is good.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, Brother Rolle, how are you, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Fine. Thank you. And yourself?
Man, I'm blessed through the grace of God. Only the grace grace of God.
Amen.
But McKinney and Brother Rolle, let me say this. I want to quote something here from this morning paper. Mr. Davis told supporters the election is about safeguarding the government achievement, citing the VAT reduction, school break, breakfast program, and small business support. He described as a pig stock, a lawyer, and Bahamas Agriculture and Industrial Corporation executive. The candidate committed to continue the work started by the late Warren Miller.
Yes.
No. You know something, if I had a whip, I would have put on Mr. Davis. I would put a whip on him. The reason why I would have put a whip on Mr. Davis.
Please hold, man. Please hold.
This guy, I call him a guy. This guy who we, the Bahamian people, and when I say we, not me, but the Bahamian people choose to put this man, set him in the seat of authority, so he can govern this country the right way. Mr. McKinney and Brother Rolle, let me say this. That tape will always be ringing in the ears of the Bahamian people when Philip Rodriguez went into the Haitian village and threw the Bahamian people underneath the bus. And the Haitian laughed at us when he said that he will always be there for him, and they know him and he know them. And guess what? It's not long now. And telling the Haitian won't PLP. But let me say something, and I want all of the organic seed Bahamian to listen to this, what I'm going to say. And Mr. Rolle, COI individuals, persons who love God.
Quickly now, quickly. I got many calls.
Okay, right. And who love this family. Let me say this. Be very careful now, because why? This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm feeling. In the election that is coming up, it's a test to see how well they can use this biometric card, if they do use it, and to see how good result they will get from it. Bahamians, COI, for God's sake, keep your eyes open. Don't allow no Haitian to vote in this by-election. Be on your P's and Q's. Because why? And let me say to the Haitians, all y'all Haitians in this country, if y'all go to those polls to try to vote, we're going to arrest you, which means we're going to calaboose you. You have no authority to vote in this country. You have no rights to have a voter's card in this country. Haitians, do not attempt to go to that poll to try to vote for the PLP. You will be arrested. God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And Brother Rolle, you're going to start the fire in the House Assembly with Mr. Lewis.
Yes, thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You too.
Hi, Copy. How are you?
I'm fine. Brian, you may recognize my voice, but I just called in to say that the PNP is riding around in the constituency in big buses full of people putting flyers on people's gates. I just want to say, no matter what they do, God writing is on the wall. Ever needs to get the message, give up your guns.
Yes.
That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously you recognize that voice.
Yes, I do.
And people are, see, I told you that is what is actually happening. People have called me and texted me today saying that they see all kind of things from money handling, the crowds coming on buses, inundating the area with an overwhelming crew of PLPs. And that tells me that the PLPs must be very afraid. See, they have to win this election as far as they're concerned, because this will be the writing on the wall, as the gentleman just said. The writing on the wall is one where they can see loud and clear, big and bold. They can see it on the wall. That nothing is happening for them. Yet they have to go with the mandate of Brave Davis, who says he wants to have a by-election. This is a test. Believe you me, friends, this is a test. The PLP is running a test on the people in that constituency. That test means that if he wins this one, he can take off and say, well, we can do everything. So that test must be stopped at the pinnacle right now where it is. If he wins this whole thing, he will be able to run wild and say, yeah, we in charge, we run things. But if you send him a message, if Golden Isles sent him a message, if Golden Isles sent him a message and the PLP a message that they are not fooled, they're not foolish, and they will not do any fool, that is the message that must be sent. Because if they do fool, you will wreck this entire country. Hard copy, how you doing today? Hard copy, how are you? Yes, sir.
Hey, good day, sir.
Peace and love, all is well.
Right, calling in from Golden Isles. So, yes, want to be brief. Listen, we get the people we get the people of different nationalities, right, on Cowpen Road, right? We know we have a fruit stand there. They selling their fruit. But when you ride, check it out now, you know what they're doing? They're selling clothes now. they have clothes now on Cowpen Road. Clothes.
Good clothes? They have any pants that can fit me?
You know, I telling you, man, Mr. Roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother, we need you to clean this area. Last one who been here, he was here.
Oh, Lord, I got you.
We really need you to clean this area up.
Yes, sir.
So I'm hoping that he's well. I thank you so much for your call. I'm hoping, Mr. Rowe, that you have gone down into Cowpen Road and you see what is actually happening.
Yes, I have.
What's the score down there, and how are people reacting to? People have called you from all over the place today. Now that's a good sign. But how are you? How are they really reacting to you when you walk through the area, when you see what is happening, and you say to them, I'm one of you all because you are part of them? I mean, that's what is actually happening. But the others cannot say that. They are foreigners in that particular land coming to try to take that land in that area because they want to represent that area and they don't even know who these people are. And it's the biggest constituency in Nassau.
Yes, the people of Golden Isles, you know, they have expressed their concerns on certain matters, you know, and the matters that are dear to them, you know, they really want to see some relief. Now, when you talk about the vendors that are on Cowpen Road, you know, well, the thing is, a lot of Bahamians patronize those businesses. You know, so we have to make up our minds as to what do we really want.
You got to strike a balance. That's
Right.
what it is.
See, you have to make up your mind on what you really want.
These people are there legally, right? They're who's selling their wares. They're there legally and all that kind of stuff, right?
I mean, well, to be honest, I don't know if there are any. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if they have any business license.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to
Like I
have a
said,
business license.
Right. Somebody
no
can
question.
correct me if I'm wrong, but in my passing, I haven't seen. Because normally, you know, it would be posted
You
up.
have to display your business license.
Right. You see, so like I said again, a lot of Bahamians patronize those vendors. So we really have to make up our minds as to what we really want. Either you're going to follow the law and get rid of them if they're not compliant, or, you know.
Yeah, I understand. We're talking today with Brian Rolle. He's the candidate for the COI. The COI these days seem to be making a lot of impact across the entire country. And as a result of that, he is now in a particular position where he can represent those in the COI, and they are all pulling for him. Good afternoon, Hard Copy. How are you?
Yes, Mr. McKinney, I'm listening to the young man, and I have to call him when he said we have to make up our mind as to what we want to do because people are patronizing their business. Let me say this to him and everyone in the Bahamas. We have to get back to law enforcement. It's not what I want to patronize or you want to pander or sell to me. There are laws, regulations that every country has that needs to be enforced. I saw an immigrant lady the other day with cardboard on the ground. She got the fruits and vegetables on the ground, and she's sitting on an old card box or old milk tray. This is what's wrong in this country. Everybody is doing what they want to do. It shouldn't be whether I want to come and patronize the business. Environmental health should be involved. The business license should be involved. There are rules and regulations that should be adhered to, and that is the problem. And the people, they should know. The police should go there and ask them for these necessary documents. And if you can't produce them, the police should ask them to leave, or they should be put before the court. And that's the problem in this country. Everybody's doing what they want to do.
Understood.
And it's not right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say.
I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Yeah, 6:45 in the country right now, and we better take just one small little break here because I want to make sure that everybody has their information correct, and I'm going to ask Mr. Rolle to have his final say in a minute because he has to make sure that you know that he's there and he wants to do some very important things in this country. What do you say? We're going to take that break in a minute and really make sure that people understand what it is that he wants. We take the break in a minute and we come back after these words. Okay? No problems.
See again, see, it starts with
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, breaking news, you are rich. That's the headline. If you are a behemoth, you are rich. And the other headline is you've had someone stealing from you since you've been alive. You've had somebody stealing your wealth, stealing your country's resources, and trying to steal your future. The good news is we are now on to the trick. And so our job is to make sure that we get it back to you. That's what tonight is about, educating you so you are aware of what's been happening. And then you can decide whether you want them to get the child Sanders cane or you want them to go to jail. Because this is nothing short of criminal, that our country has been doing this for years, and our people are still suffering, and we are not doing anything. See, in case you don't understand, here's my issue. Here's my issue. The Bahamas, God placed this here. God placed this archipelago of islands here, strategically right where it is in the world, because he knew that it would be a literal paradise. He also knew that he would equip in the Commonwealth of Bahamas everything this nation would need, that its people would be wealthy and not have to depend on anybody for anything. That's why he put fish in the ocean, natural resources in the earth, so that we can be able to have access to our own wealth and not depend on people to give us handouts. That's what the good Lord did for you. That's why I always tell people, if you are part of the Bahamas, you are designed by God to be blessed. He blessed you so much to give you a country like this that is so rich. The world knows the riches of the Bahamas. So if you're a Bahamian, your hat's off to you. You are the apple of God's eye. The problem is, we've not been living like that. The problem is, we've not operated in our God-given kingdom authority. Why? Because we thought only pirates were stealing from us. We thought only
not appear on hard copy, so the people around the world and the people in Nassau and of course the family Rollins can know exactly what it's all about and what he is all about. So today we introduce you to Brian Rowe, a young man from Patelco who has done so many things over the years, still employed there and that kind of thing. He's the one who gets things done all the time. He's been working hard in his community, his constituency where he lives, in the Golden Isles constituency. And so the pattern is really there. It's up to the people to decide what they really want. They want to reject their own. That's up to them. They want to bring somebody else in who we don't really know, but at the same time they're fighting for some things that they really want to have happen. And the truth is, this man right here can take care of the flooding. He can take care of all of the things that you've been so long desiring to see happen, and you've not gotten any results from either of them, the PLP or the Free National Movement. You got to try the COI. That's what you've got to do. You got to try them. Some people believe that that is the right thing to do. Some people believe that that's the wrong thing to do. It's what you think. It's what the people themselves think. They've got to put a real serious focus on what has got to happen these days. By November the 24th, election day, the by-election day, you've got to make up your mind that you want to, do the right thing, or you just want to have the same old thing. It's up to you. And that is what is actually happening. Brian Rowe, what say you?
Yes, Steve. I am all about consistency. Now, if you want to go back to the other guys who gives you the couple of dollars and then you don't see them no more until it's close to the next election, well, it's your choice. But I'm a man who believes in consistency, and I believe in doing things where everybody benefits. Because it doesn't make any sense to just do for only a certain few. And that's one of the biggest problems that we're having in this country right now. The other guys, sometimes you watch them, not sometimes, but all the times you watch them um, on when you watch them at the House of Assembly, it seems like it's a game.
It is.
They kiki
In
kaka
most cases, it is a game.
yes,
They don't take the people's business
right,
serious.
right, and that upsets me. That upsets me, to hear them and to see them banging on the tables when the people's interests are at stake, and they don't seem to be taking it serious, and it really bothers me because there are a lot of people in this country who are hurting, and no one is hearing their cries. So the COI, myself, and the COI, we really want to bring some serious, tangible change to this country where it matters most, and that's in people's pockets. The high cost of living, electricity, our healthcare system, our educational system, national security, our teachers, our armed forces. Our people need to be taken care of. Um, our nurses, they need to be, they need to have insurance. All of our armed
Indeed.
forces, our
Indeed.
teachers, and that's one of the reasons why when our children, as parents, we pay for our kids to go off to school, and a lot of them want to come back to contribute to their country, but when they come, they are told they are overqualified. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? And as far as our nurses are concerned, a lot of our nurses are leaving, and they're bringing in foreigners. People love the Bahamas. You remember one time ago we had shirts with "It's better in the Bahamas." I mean,
Yes.
you don't even see that. You don't even see that kind of stuff anymore. We really need to fight for this country. We really need to create opportunities so that our children can come back home to give back to their country, because they off in other countries making millions for the other companies. They
I
have other
was-
countries making millions for when they could come here and contribute and make the Bahamas the greatest little country in the world.
I was talking, Brian, with people today by texting and Facebooking and everything else, and they've all said to me, from the great constituency of Golden Isles, they've said things like, we are a people of integrity. We are educated people. And one lady who was somewhere around her age of perhaps 70 or 80, she was saying things like, we are educated. We are educated people. We know better than people believe that we know. And as a result of that, she didn't see anybody just accepting things that people making promises of. And they were very, very offended that the PLP has bum rushed them. They were offended about that. They were saying that, we deserve better than this. We're people of integrity. What y'all think this is?
Yes.
And that is the thing with that. When I saw that, I said, my goodness, these people are really serious because no one can swing them anymore. They've been swung too much and too long.
Yes.
They cannot decide that they're going to just be swung again just because some fellas throw some money on the ground. See, and that is the big thing. And I wish that all of those people who throw money on the ground, they get stoked.
It's an insult.
See, that's a stoke word. When you get stoked, people say, well, did we give them money? And they ain't vote for you. That's a stoke. See, and they must get that message loud and clear from the people of Golden Isles, If the people of Golden Isles just go with them and do their thing, nothing changes. And they cannot motivate anyone else to do what they're doing in Golden Isles. They're the first test. Brave Davis is testing the people of Golden Isles. Hold on to that. If Steve tells you that, that's a fact. Brave Davis is testing the people of Golden Isles. If you give him a free pass on the test, he wins. If you don't give him a free pass on the test and you make him work hard for it, or you put it right to the point where he has no choice than to really consider who these people are, who coming behind them, the COI in them, you will understand. You've got to make sure that he cannot pass his litmus test by just doing what he feels like and taking you all for granted. It's an insult, really, it is.
Yes, it is.
But that's what happens if in fact people are not mindful. You got to be godly mindful that God is wanting to see things happen in this country, and He has blessed, I believe, the Lincoln Bean and the COI people because He has now gotten together a group of people who believe in God's plans and God's mind and God's purpose that will prevail. And these are things that people are very, very cognizant of in the COI, and that is what they're spreading out there in the Bahamian public. Lord knows that we need that kind of situation in our country. Simple as that. We need that kind of situation. And if we do that, and we are depending upon God to deliver the rest for us, it shall be done.
Yes.
What do you say?
And what also I take as an insult is when people say there are only two parties, the PLP and FNM. That is an insult because you're telling me that I don't have enough sense to want to choose something different besides the PLP or the FNM. That's an insult to me. And that is so wrong. You tell me that I'm that dumb that only two parties I have to choose from when there's another option? That is an insult.
Hard copy, how are you?
Yes, again, like I was saying, Golden Isles have a lot of brown land, right? My view, like I was telling my member of parliament, Brian, there, I told them, whenever the COI get in power, we can make sure.
Oh, you mean
farmers,
Brian Rolle?
Yeah, Brian Rolle.
Okay.
We can make sure farmers get a part of the crown land and can farm crops.
Yes.
And we can be able to sustain ourselves.
Yes.
And help our country feed ourselves, where we could stand on the front line.
I totally agree with you.
You understand me? There's too much brown land right now, to be honest. What being occupied by persons of different nationalities and going to waste. And we get farmers willing to go up on the land and do what they have to do.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Again, my heart go, COI family, stay strong. Change ain't coming, change is here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay, so we've gotten that call in. It's right now 6:59, which means that in 40 seconds time we'll be 7 o'clock. Brian, you've done well. I think that you've made your mark, and I think that you've got to continue to do what you're doing on the ground. Make sure that people see you. Make sure Rudy Lavardi and MC with Coral Lakes. Make sure that they understand what your philosophy is and what you bring to the table. And I believe that Rudy Lavardi is one who is a person who can dissect and understand the significance of things because he is a thorough fellow and a very, very good person. And I think that he can be a good guiding light for you in that particular area as well. Do well, my friend, and I hope that all things work out well for you at this particular time.
Yes, Steve. Yes, Steve. Thank you so much. And to my Golden Isles constituents, I cannot do this alone. I'm a person. I believe in inclusion, and I want you guys to be a part of this journey with me. We can do this together, and I need your help. I need your input. And I want, like I said again, I want you guys to be a part of this journey. We can do this and we can make this work. We have a country to save. We have a country to upgrade. We have a country to advance. And I would like you guys to be on this ride with me. Change isn't coming, change is surely here.
And tomorrow on the show, we will have with us Black Veil, and that's going to be quite interesting. You join us at 5. We'll see you then. Good night from the folks here at Hot Copy, because it seems to me like there ain't no stopping us now.